Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the forecast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the Astrology Numerology, to gather the meaning and the interpretation, how to navigate. This forecast is for all signs, no matter what sign you are impacted. Now we're going to cover the Cancer full moon on January 17th today. And of course, Cancer is the sign of love, of heart-centered awareness. And the number 17 for January 17th governs immortality. So whatever you do, whatever you commit to that day will leave a lasting impact. So this Cancer full moon takes place at 11:48 p.m. Universal Time in London, 6:48 p.m. Eastern Time, New York, and 3:48 p.m. Pacific Time, LA. And Cancer is such a beautiful sign. It usually begins the summer, and I say usually because in the Southern Hemisphere it begins the winter. Cancer is the crab. Cancer is all about compassion, love, kindness, nurturing. And of course, the crab sometimes hides under the shell if there's something too sensitive it doesn't want to deal with. And so the shadow side of Cancer is to dig your head in the sand, to run away from what's in front of you, in other words. But the main aspect of Cancer is that it's the sign of the mother. So it governs the womb of love. And the moon, of course, is connected to the feminine cycles. So the moon is very much, being the ruler of Cancer, an aspect of the divine feminine. So anytime Cancer is lit up, we feel more in touch with that part of ourselves, which is very important at this time, especially in 2022, because the number 2 itself is a very feminine number. It is a number of peace and kindness and unification and compassion. And the number 6 for the universal year for 2022 is also connected to love, the love of family, the love of home, nurturing and abundance. So we have a very beautiful moment here at the onset of the year where this Cancer full moon at 17 degrees is indicating a very powerful rebirth of the divine feminine in 2022. You want to also look at the degree number, and it is 27 degrees for this full moon. So the sun at 27 degrees Capricorn opposite the moon, 27 degrees Cancer. 27 is what I call the number of leadership. It's like the Gandhi number, leadership through love and compassion and wisdom. And so it is also about nurturing. 9 and 6 universal year, 27 reduces to 9, are 2 qualities of love, 2 qualities of compassion. Whereas the 27, 9 is connected to unconditional love, which is the highest expression of love. The number 6 is the motherly love, the parental love, the love you have naturally for your child, for example. So we have the mother principle here, and we have the nurturing principle, and we have the moon coming home to its own sign, which happens once a year for the full moon, right? And we have this sense of empathy, of feeling intimate and vulnerable, and basically feelings being heightened to begin with because of the whole impact of Cancer, the home, the family, and it's not necessarily that it only governs your DNA family. It literally governs your soul family. It governs the sanctuary where you spend your time and the appreciation of that. Now, This full moon is continuing consecutive full moons at 27 degrees, which began in 2021 and continues for the first few full moons in 2022. And so 27 is figuring in a big way. And like I said, it is like the brother and sister, 6 and 9, 27 degrees to 9, coming together in the spirit of love. So we have a very big statement of love. Another big statement that we have with this particular full moon is Pluto, because Pluto is conjunct the sun at 27 degrees in Capricorn, and Pluto is opposite the moon. And so this will really, first of all, it's a powerful, powerful indication how big an impact Pluto has on us in 2022. Remember that Pluto plays a huge role in February for the Pluto return in the US natal chart, which will impact the whole world. This is a very powerful event, which I'll go more into in a future Star Codes podcast. But Pluto empowers after it purges. So Pluto invites you to really pay attention to everything that really is not true anymore for you. It doesn't ring true. And so to let go of that. Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio uses the stinger to get to the truth, the unconscious, the unseen, and Pluto brings that. It purges and brings it up. And that empowers you, because when you're freed from the very things that are holding you back, because they are no longer part of your energy, they're no longer vibrationally a match for you. When you let that go, you actually are really empowered, because you are cleared, you are filled with clarity. You are not in a fog in any way. So we want to focus on the empowerment that comes from the release of what is no longer ringing true for us, because the opposite, the shadow side of Pluto, is disempowerment, where you want control over others. So we want to look at both sides, of course. If we notice the shadow side being expressed in any way, we have a lot of clarity on how to rise above that, how to see it for what it is, not to battle the other side, but allowing you to just notice it and therefore clear the air, in other words, because it's of the purging impact. So you can really discover deep truths. You can discover listening at a very deep, resounding, profound way, and you're not pushing away what you're seeing because you don't like it. So this empowerment is very heart-centered. It comes with a lot of compassion because of the Cancer impact. So when you're uncovering the unknown, the mysteries, the secrets, which Pluto does, and the sun is conjunct Pluto, your personal empowerment is that you embrace through the compassion. It is not that you push away and fight. So there's really a big sign of acknowledgement through the release, right? The acknowledgement of the truth without the pushing away of, oh gosh, I just found this, this very dark secret, whatever the case may be, or uncomfortable truth, and I really would not like to partake in that energy. And that is a very intense moment, right? And Pluto is very intense because it allows you to go into the root of the matter. So as it brings things to the surface, many things will unfold. So you don't want to push it away what you see. You want to stay with it and not partake in the energy, but stay with it. Don't judge it. Don't disempower yourself by saying, oh, I don't want to deal with that. So there is a rebirth component, a true initiation component to Pluto. And the rebirth is the allowance of living only in this moment. So not to backtrack to the past, because whatever you uncover most likely has to do with something that happened prior to now. So you don't want to then allow the past to define how you feel now, or to get attached in some way to that story and, again, avoid what is right in front of you. So it's really a major inner awakening of awareness and connection. And Pluto is very intuitive as well. So the other thing that Pluto is very good with, because it purges, is to clear clutter. So it's a really good time to purge negative energy, negative people, things in your life that you'd rather not have around you anymore, objects, furniture, paintings, whatever the case may be, things that are disorganized too, that distract you. So it really transforms your life in a very positive way. The other lovely aspect in this full moon in Cancer is that the sun is sextile Neptune and the moon is trine to Neptune. And Neptune is another planet that plays a very big role in 2022. So with Neptune, we're focusing on unconditional love. So it's very connected to the number 9. And we're focusing on our spiritual brotherhood and sisterhood with other beings of light in other planetary systems. And it is very galactic. It is very much about our spiritual origins, and that we all originated from source energy, that there's nothing that has not originated from source energy. And we're also not denying that we are divine beings of light. We have a divine spark, each one of us. So it's helping us to understand our destiny and awaken our intuition. And just like with Pluto, there is a connection to other worlds. So where Pluto purges what is preventing us from that connection and brings it up to the surface, Neptune creates the connection itself and that bond in a very beautiful way. And it also helps the unconditional love, the sweet, tender bond between you and your loved ones. It is connected to dreams and visions and your imagination and creativity. So you definitely want to dive into your creative side in January, because this will help you to instantly connect to the divine. And that is very much available to you during this full moon. Now, 2022 is an amazing year, and it is meant to really shift us from a perspective of love. So the frequency of love is very, very, very active. So when you acclimate to that energy, which has now begun, you will no longer feel inclined to separate yourself and to judge others. And though, of course, there are always moments where we're pulled back into our old ways and the ways of separation and judgment, these will remain few and far between as you learn to manage and navigate and acclimate and digest to this new way of acceptance. And it truly is acceptance, the acceptance of others. So when number two, when two come together, the energy of oneness is deepened. So that creativity that's epitomized also by the Neptune contact to this full moon and Cancer, these are water signs, right? Neptune rules Pisces. That divine spark of creativity is going to seek to express itself in greater ways. And in this way, people will connect to the sparks of light within each other, because each will resonate and vibrate in its own way. And that yearning for connection to other sparks is very, very strong. So this sets you on the path of connection and love and compassion. And this compassion then nourishes your deep desire to feel passion in general in your life, and to appreciate that you are part of this glorious experience on earth with others that is happening at this time. So I want to thank you for joining me on this journey and being here in our beautiful family, and have a beautiful Cancer full moon. And definitely go check out your own star code as well at starcodeclass.com, a free masterclass I created for you, where you can discover the meaning of your birthday and your astrology, your birth name, and it also helps you to have compassion for others. So enjoy that at starcodeclass.com and have a beautiful Cancer full moon.